Well, good morning to you on this beautiful June Monday morning. And what I want to share with you today is really a culmination of this weekend for myself and also for Sophie. On the Saturday, we were spending time with other mindset coaches working on ourselves because we know that it's really important to continue to develop ourselves so that we can deliver more of ourselves to you. And if we think that we know it all, then that's the end of it. That's the end of the game. So we're always striving to learn more, to see how we can help more people. And it was really good to connect with other mindset coaches in a beautiful location and really share some special times. On the Sunday, it was a really great day. It was the last day of Glastonbury. I did my longest run of the year so far in really scorching heat, but I survived it. So that was good. And then we settled down to really enjoy as much of Glastonbury as we could from the comfort of our telly, from the comfort of our living room. And really the highlights that I want to share with you from that was watching the performance of Rick Astley. Now, never a big Rick Astley fan, was never into Stock Aitken and Waterman and all that sort of factory style music. But the guy was so humble and he was so overwhelmed with what he was experiencing, and he showed a completely different side to him to what I'd seen when he broke through onto the scene. And it was just delightful to see the joy that he was getting from the audience and the reception that he was getting. He was quite overwhelmed by it, but also the joy that he was giving to so many others. And I have to say that he converted me, because it was a little bit of a guilty pleasure watching that. And then Cat Stevens came out, Yusuf Stevens. He is somebody who I've been aware of his music since I was 10 years old. And he was always very, very gentle. He was always talking about love and making the world a better place. He was coming from a place of protest back in the 1960s on the folk scene. And he's just got a beautiful voice. And what we've noticed this year from Glastonbury is that a lot of the old boys and some of the old ladies, or older ladies, should I say, the ones that I grew up with listening to and idolising and wanting to be a pop star like them, some of them, their voices are going. But Cat Stevens' voice was just still there. And it was beautiful, and a just reminder of just how many beautiful songs that guy wrote. And his message of peace and love resonated with everybody that was there. So he was spreading joy, not spreading hatred, spreading joy. And then, of course, the ultimate, Elton John. Elton John's voice isn't the same as it used to be. He admitted that quite a few years ago. He can't hit the high notes in the way that he used to. He has to bring things down a little bit. But bloody hell, what a performance. He struggled to walk onto stage. He's obviously got some physical impediments going on. He might have put on a few pounds in that big gold suit. But what a performer. And what he gave to that crowd, I've never really seen anything like it. It must have been electric to have been there, the energy that came from that crowd. And it just goes to show how energy is contagious. Because whenever the camera turned around, people had got the biggest smiles on their faces. And he'd got the biggest smile on his faces. And all the people that were around him and supporting him and in his band and his guests, everybody just loved what they were doing. So this is what I want you to think about. How can we keep that feeling of joy moving forward? Because all that is reacting to external things, but we need to be able to bring that from within ourselves. And how do we do that? How do we bring joy into our own lives? Well, a really good place to start is gratitude. And I'm so grateful that I was able to stay up last night to watch Elton John do what he claims to be his last public performance in the UK. Now, if that was his final performance in the UK, what a way to go out, because it was brilliant. But let's look at ourselves. Let's look at how we can get joy. So, gratitude. Everything starts with gratitude. Be grateful for what you've got, not for the things that you don't have. Don't be bothered about all the fear that the media are spreading around about mortgage rates going up, interest rates, lack of food, all this kind of stuff. It's just creating fear. If you're in fear, you can't have joy because you're stressing about all these things. Focus on the things that you can deal with, and everything else doesn't matter. So start to lift yourself up, start to think about the things that make you feel really good. Okay? When I'm feeling down a little bit, I think about my best friend Charlie. I can think about him now without bursting into tears because he meant so much to me, my little Springer Spaniel. But it's a year now since he left us, and he hasn't left me because he's still there in my heart. And we've got loads of videos of him playing and fighting and just having loads of fun, and that gives me joy. So develop what you've got inside of you. We've all got magic within us, but sometimes we allow all those external things to push down on us, creating pressure on ourselves, and we forget where that joy is. So that's all I want you to think about today, is how can you keep that smile for a little bit longer. Anyway, have a brilliant day, have a brilliant week, and we'll speak to you again soon. Cheers.